Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate video. And in today's video, I've seen quite a few questions recently asked about armor skills. And more specifically, I had a question yesterday about negative armor skills. So with all of that in mind, I figured it was about time I made a tutorial on exactly that topic. So, first up, what are armor skills? Well, armor skills are passive abilities or perks, however you want to refer to them, that come with your armor, and by having them active, they will afford you with various benefits when hunting. They won't physically give you any fancy new attacks, that's not what they're for, but they will enhance aspects of your playstyle. Let's take a look at my armor set. If you bring up the menu, go to status, and then go to the second page, you get an overview of your active skills. This is currently without any decorations in place. This is the armor as you get it if you just purchased it from the smithy. You can see it comes with 4 skills. Latent power +2, which greatly empowers you for a limited time when certain conditions are met, and in the case of this Enoga male, that refers to when I take a large chunk of damage, usually over half a health bar, then my arm will begin to glow, and for that brief period of time I am more powerful. Then you have Thunder Attack +2, which greatly increases the power of thunder attacks, however right now it's grey because I don't have a thunder attack weapon equipped. Razor Sharp halves the rate at which you lose sharpness, and Taunt, this is actually a negative armor skill and it increases the likelihood of being targeted by monsters. As negative skills go, this one isn't actually that bad, and some people actually like it for hunting online simply because if you're targeted more by a monster, you spend less time chasing it and more time simply evading and attacking. I skipped over Auto Guard because that isn't part of my armor, that comes from my Talisman, which is equally important, but I'll speak about that in a minute. So, 4 armor skills simply by wearing this armor. But there's more to it than that. If you go to the second page, you see this rather busy looking chart. This is the breakdown of your skills. See that yellow bar? Anything below that is a skill that is not yet active. See, armor skills work like this. Once a skill has a minimum of plus or minus 10, it becomes active. Plus skills are positive, minus skills are negative. Notice how Razor Sharp has a total of 10, and Sense, which is Taunt, has a total of minus 10. This is the threshold. Were they plus or minus 9, they would appear below the yellow line, and would not be active. But see how I have Latent Power +2, not +1? That's because I met the next threshold. See, you need a minimum of 10 points for a skill to be active, but if you have +15, the next level of that skill becomes active. Some skills don't have different levels, and some skills have even more. For example, Expert with 10 results in Critical Eye +1. This will increase your affinity by 10%. But on this particular one, if you are able to get all the way up to +30, then you get Critical God, which increases your affinity by 30%. However, this also means, on the flip side, a lot of the time it's relatively easy to get rid of a negative skill, which I'll get onto in just a second. So now you see below the yellow line, I have Guts on 5, Fencing on 3, and Handicraft on 2. For the purposes of this video, I want Fencing to become an active skill, so this is where decorations come in. If you go over to the smithy, you'll see he has the option to craft and set decorations. Decorations are gems that go into your armor slots, and upon doing so will increase certain skills whilst often simultaneously decreasing another, which therefore means at times you need to choose between skills or find a way to balance them out. When crafting decorations, be mindful of the slots in your armor. If you look at the status page again, you'll see all these circles next to my armor pieces. That's 1 slot in my weapon, 2 in my helmet, 3 in my chest and waist, and 1 in my legs. Decorations go in slots, and some decorations take up multiple slots. For example, I said I wanted to make Fencing an active skill, so I currently have 2 jewels to choose from here, Fencer 1 and 3. Notice how Fencer 1 increases Fencing by 1, but minuses Handicraft, one of my other inactive skills, by 1. So the more I put into Fencing, the more I take from Handicraft. This is that balance I spoke about. Alternatively, I can go with Fencer Jewel 3, which gives me +4 Fencing and only -2 Handicraft. But do note, the Fencer 3 jewel requires 3 slots, so only 2 of my armor pieces have 3 slots, but luckily in this case I only need 2 of them. So, once you've crafted them, go to the Set Decorations option, find the piece of armor you want to slot the decoration or gem into, and choose the corresponding decoration. If I slot both of these decorations in, then now on my active skills you'll see I have Mind's Eye, which prevents my attacks from being deflected. And if we go to the table, you'll now see it's above the yellow line. So, what about that negative skill that I don't want? If I craft a Ninja Jewel, which luckily doesn't negate anything else, and I put that into the legs because it only needs 1 slot, you can now see that Sense is on -8 and has now dropped below the bar. I've now made that skill inactive simply by going from -10 to -8, and the same would have applied if it was -9. By simply going 1 point away from the threshold, you can both negate or activate a skill. And lastly, this is where Talisman come in, because as you can no doubt see, you won't be able to slot decorations in endlessly, meaning that there will be times you can't have all the skills you want. And this is also why people mix armor sets, but that is a topic for another video. If you look at all the talisman you've been collecting throughout the game, you'll see they all have their own skills, and some of them, the better ones, even have slots. So take this talisman for example, it has fencing +4 and crit status +4. So I could actually equip this and remove one of the 2 fencing jewels, and I would still have Mind's Eye, but without the negation to handicraft, plus that would free up some more slots and would also give me +4 on crit status, which I could then gem in if I wanted to. And if you're lucky, you'll have a talisman with +9 or +10 of a particular skill, which means they are either very close or are on the threshold, meaning when you equip them you have very little work to do to get another active skill. And that, my friends, is it. Those are armor skills. The only other thing I will do is leave a link for you in the description box down below to a full list of all armor skills. Use this if you're trying to work out what skills you want, and it can help you plan your set. Hopefully you found this helpful, and as always if you did, it'd be awesome if you could leave a like and hit that thumbs up button down below, and if you aren't already part of the Arekkz Gaming Nation, then hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. If you do have any more questions about this topic, then let me know in the comments down below, or alternatively you can hit me up on Twitter, which you can also see on screen right now. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.